he's done things that are one of one.
We're about to find out if a true two-way player can work in the NFL.
How many snaps in a football game can you play?
All of them, if they give me the chance.
You cut on the tape, you try to watch him as a receiver. It's like, oh man, this kid can be a starting receiver. Put on the corner tape, he could be one of the best corners in the draft as well.
Dan, who won this trade?
Oh, Jacksonville. As NFL fans, we're lucky that there's an organization that's courageous enough to let him play both wide receiver and defensive back that selected him. Because this young man is just that ultra talented that we as fans get the opportunity to watch it happen.
When you're as talented, versatile, and outspoken as Travis Hunter, you're bound to provoke opinions. There is no doubt about it. They don't make many like this guy. He can get open and burn you deep as a receiver, lock you down on one side of the field as a corner, and even has his own podcast as well. The biggest question on everyone's lips is whether he can keep up this insane run into the NFL. And in today's video, we're going to go over different times that players, coaches, and even analysts tried to doubt Travis Hunter and said that he couldn't make it playing both ways into the NFL. Because this is what NFL players actually think about Travis Hunter. All right, now let's be honest. The hottest topic about just the debate coming up to the draft was a lot of people were just trying to figure out and just really were giving their opinion on whether Travis Hunter was going to be able to play on both sides of the ball once he was in the NFL leading up to the NFL draft. Like, I mean, no doubt, he's been doubted every time he's leveled up against competition so far in his career, and only to prove doubters wrong and confirm his status as a legitimate freak of nature. I mean, hell, Jalen Ramsey even became a fan throughout the season. But I mean, what's crazy too is that still didn't stop just keyboard warriors from literally trying to bring this kid down all season long. As it became clearer and clearer that it was a two-horse race for the Heisman Trophy between Travis Hunter and Boise State's running back Ashton Jeanty, there were plenty of people who were quick to diminish the two-way player's achievements. And I think just the craziest part too about people trying to just tear him down for all the statistics that he was racking up on was the fact that a lot of people were saying that he was also racking up just a bunch of just his higher snap count also, which I just think is just, it's so wrong too. And it was said by so many people who just, they just don't see the sport the same way as I do, or a lot of other people saw when Travis Hunter was doing things that we haven't seen since Charles Woodson was playing. And like, I mean, straight up, Hunter is a superb athlete who wins as an X receiver and is twitchy as hell, creating separation with ease. He used this skill set to rack up 1,258 yards and 15 touchdowns, earning an 89 receiver grade from PFF, so that's not too bad on offense. And then on defense, those same freakish movement skills and his incredible instincts have made him an untargetable cornerback. In 2024, while his offensive teammates were resting on the sidelines, he collected 28 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 4 interceptions, 11 pass breakups, and 1 forced fumble. All in all, this rounded out to an 88.2 defensive grade with PFF and a 90.3 coverage grade, so I mean, the dude's pretty damn good on defense as well. Like, I mean, Malik Neighbors summed it up perfectly.
He's touched 1,000 yards at a receiver. That's kind of hard to do. And I think he got double-digit touchdowns at receiver too. So, that's hard, especially going into the game knowing that the defense is keying in on you for you to be still explosive that he is. Him to go on defense and lock down his side of the field. They don't want to throw it his way. He's still able to get interceptions, still able to stop receivers. So I think that's a unique player, and for him, he's the best player in college football. If you can play both sides at a high level like him, there's no doubt.
And yes, while there is little doubt that Hunter is a special player, as arguably the top wideout and cornerback in the 2025 class, there is plenty of doubt about whether Hunter can continue playing on both sides of the ball against the pros. It's fair to say that opinions are pretty split on the topic, but one person who has had very little doubt on the matter is Micah Parsons, when on Bleacher Report's live draft coverage said this.
I just think it's utterly impossible in the league. You know what I mean? It's just hard for you to say you're going to line up against Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, even for the fake go routes, and then even for the ones you actually actually have to guard them. And these not guys that you like, oh, I'm going to just pass this on. Slay, no, like, you're staying on them every step of the way. You just can't give up that breath and then say, I'm going to go play a full series on offense. And who knows, it could be 2 minute, it could be 4 minute situation. You know what I mean? I just don't see that as possible.
Like, I mean, Micah Parsons certainly isn't the only one sitting on the fence there, and he isn't the only player to be asked about it either. The Cleveland Browns' Denzel Ward, who knows a thing or two about playing cornerback in the NFL, having been selected to 4 Pro Bowls, didn't exactly sound convinced.
Yeah, I think he's an exceptional player, and I think that, I mean, seeing him on field, he's able to do it in college. So I mean, I would be excited to see him do it in the NFL as well. I mean, you got to be open to seeing different things, and that would be different. So, you know, it just takes one person to do it at an extremely high level. I know it's guys that play both ways here and there, but I'm rooting for him though.
And now, yes, I think we can all agree with what Denzel Ward was saying, but nonetheless, just seeing Travis Hunter go out there and try to play both ways. Wow, I can't talk. It's going to be just box office entertainment, and it's going to make me want to go to a Jaguars game. On a slightly more positive note though, Travis Kelce sounds like he does like Hunter's chances, saying this on his New Heights podcast.
It's 100% possible. I mean, he's going to have to, prove that he can do it. Nobody has ever played every single play on both sides. Well, when Deion did it, he would be like a third. He was in like nickel. He was in like certain packages, I believe.
And I mean, truthfully, that's a pretty good vote of confidence from a guy who's won a lot throughout his career. But now let's get on to why he is more than just a snap collector. To put it simply, on offense, Hunter is a big play waiting to happen, and he found a big fan in Matt Harmon, who runs the reception perception. Harmon's been charting wide receiver play for years, tracking what routes receivers are running, how frequently they win against man and zone coverage, and much more across an 8-game sample. He's been doing this for years and had this to say about Hunter. He said Travis is the closest player he's charted to prime OBJ since his early days with the New York Giants. His profile also went on to say that while he is undeniably awesome as a cornerback, he might well be one of the best prospects ever charted for reception perception when just considering his wide receiver work. He did it all while, by all accounts, barely took a part in offensive meetings at Colorado, so now imagine if he played full-time at wide receiver. Like, I mean, the crazy part too is you don't get much higher praise than that, and on top of that too, Harmon does bring up a pretty good point. Like, I mean, if Travis Hunter can just focus on one side of the ball, whether it's offensively or defensively, in this case, we'll just talk about offensively, his ceiling is going to be so much higher than if he plays both ways, even though he probably is. I mean, like, the dude is just literally going to have such a high ceiling if he will just lock in and only play one position. And that's the good news too, is it's not just the tape junkies that are seeing all of these good things too. And if you don't want to take Matt Harmon's word for it, let's go back to 3-time Super Bowl champ Travis Kelce and see what he says about Hunter's receiving abilities.
What kind of receiver is he? Is he an outside receiver? Is he a guy that can play in the slot?
He's a fucking all-around athlete.
Just whatever.
Dude. You can put him anywhere on the football field. You can give him the reverses. You can do anything with him on the football field.
He didn't run right, so we don't have the time from the combine.
No, but when you watch him run, you're like, yeah,
he's got it. You can tell.
Yeah, no,
it's one of those where it's like, I don't need a stopwatch on that.
We should probably throw him the ball. Some of those guys where you don't even need a time. You're like, him.
What's his 40? Don't know.
Yep.
But I know it's good enough.
I've seen him run.
We can be pretty confident that Travis Hunter is going to be fine in the NFL on offense. So it's a testament to his quality that some people believe he would be even better at corner. His 6'1", 185-pound frame makes him slightly better suited to that side of the ball, and it's where Hall of Famer Warren Sapp would be lining him up.
Rich, I called a friend of mine week 2 and I said he's going to win the Heisman. I had never seen anything like it. And I know I was a dog in college. I know I was. Mm-hmm. Can't touch him.
But you know the next level as well as anybody. How many snaps can he play in a pro game and be as great as he is on both sides of the ball?
I'm going to put him on a corner and lock down 1/3 of the field.
Yep.
So now I can play with my defense and rotate and do the different things I want to do.
So that's 60 snaps, right?
Oh, yeah. He's getting all of those. But then you have a package for him on offense because the game that they've built now has an Autobahn, Rich. And you got a V12 right here.
That's the thing though too, Warren Sapp wasn't the only former great defensive player banging the drum for Hunter to commit to that side of the ball. Richard Sherman, who has occupied a few headlines over the years, went viral during the 2024 season for calling Hunter bland.
When it's time for him to get paid and he could do it. But as a receiver, I just think he'd kind of blend.
This did blow up into a bigger deal than it really needed to be, which led Hunter to welcome the former Seahawks Super Bowl champ onto his podcast, where the two settled the so-called beef and Sherman explained what he had meant.
It's just because there's so many dudes playing receivers, so many 4'3", 6'1", athletic. You see the little kid from Bama. You see all these young kids. There's a lot of kids that's talented that can play receiver, but there are very few corners that can be as athletic, have the ball skills, the instincts. Like, corner is a different beast. You can teach people route running. You can teach people how to catch. You can teach them jump high, do all this. You can't teach covering and turning it around and when the ball's coming and when to see it, the instincts and the natural ability that comes with covering. To have somebody with those kind of ball skills is more rare than having a receiver that can do it, you know? And so that's what I meant. I meant it's going to blend into the crowd, but as a corner, it just stands out. Everything you do stands out far and away.
The pair definitely played down any perceived beef, and Sherman's explanation certainly does make sense. More importantly, though, it's a testament to Hunter's ability that Sherman, a 3-time first-team All-Pro, Super Bowl champion cornerback, wants Hunter to go down that route. We've already heard from Travis Kelce and Matt Harmon advocate for Hunter as an Odell Beckham-like receiver, and now we're hearing Sherman explaining the unique difficulty of playing cornerback and advocating for Hunter to play the position because of his special ability. I mean, all in all, though, I really do think that we can lay to rest the whole just kind of, and I'm going to say it in air quotes, of just the debate, the Heisman debate specifically, of it was won because he played more snaps or a higher snap count, which just, it's complete ludicrous to say that kind of statement as to why he won the Heisman because of that. Like, I mean, truthfully, the dude is a special player. There's no doubt about it, especially when you hear all the things that these athletes just said about him, along with all the analysts about what they had to say about him too. The dude is just a truly just special talent that we haven't seen in decades. This meant that Hunter was in a fantastic position to go early in the 2025 NFL draft, and there were very few people who didn't have Hunter as one of the top 2 prospects off the board. And for Travis, it certainly helped having a guy like Coach Prime in your corner.
You've never seen it before. He's the best player in college football. You could find ways to hate, to criticize, to condemn him, and you won't come out of that looking professional, because now you're just searching for something. Travis Hunter proved today, and he's proved every week, that he is the best player in college football.
It also helped having your college quarterback going out of his way to tell everyone about what a special person you are off the field.
The things he could have done, and the fact that he sacrificed all that to come and stay here and play with us is amazing, and it's something a lot of athletes wouldn't do at that time. It's like even coming to Colorado initially when we first got here, you wouldn't see too many high recruits come and do all that, because now it's a risk. It's a high risk. Travis had a vision. He's surrounded by the best people that he can be surrounded by to help him achieve his goal and everything he wants to do.
As we all know, on draft night, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars who traded up from the 5th overall pick to 2nd overall to secure the services of the two-way phenom. It does remain to be seen how they're ultimately going to balance Hunter's workload, but for now it sounds like he'll be starting out primarily on offense. This really makes sense too, considering just how much pressure Trevor Lawrence is under to finally take the leap forward and deliver on all the hype and potential he had when coming out of Clemson, along with sophomore Brian Thomas Jr., already established as a certified stud. Hunter can even come in as the number 2 receiver in Jacksonville, facing the defense's 2nd best cornerback. This is an ideal way for him to start out his pro career, not having too much pressure on him to win early, easing into the role and benefiting from softer coverage. Nevertheless, you don't give up that much draft capital to move up to select Hunter if you only plan on playing him at wide receiver. New general manager James Gladstone clearly has a vision for Hunter as a two-way player eventually, judging by his post-draft press conference.
Travis Hunter, he embodies belief, right? He's a rare person. He's a rare player, but he's also a reminder that the boundaries of the game of football were built to be challenged. And so the decision to select him was actually a statement for how we plan to move, who we are, and we want him to be nothing more than him.
I mean, even when you factor in the excellent character and personality that Hunter brings to the locker room, it's no surprise the Jaguars were desperate to bring him in, and you can be pretty confident that any of the 32 NFL general managers would have been happy to bring him along board too. And I mean, that's the crazy part too, is that the New York Giants, they were kind of pegged as if Travis Hunter would have fallen down out of the first 2 picks. They were kind of pegged to, yes, a lot of people were saying they were going to take Abdul Carter no matter what. But I think if Travis Hunter fell to them at 3, there's not a reason to not take him. I think they would have taken him if he was there. And now, yes, obviously that never did happen. But I mean, according to what Joe Shane said too, if the opportunity did arise, they were still going to run that card with his name on it, and he would have been a Giant, no doubt. Shane also added that the Giants would not be afraid to play him on both sides of the ball. So there are clearly plenty out there who see it as a possibility. And I mean, it would be truly silly to not give it a go, right? If you're the GM who lands the best ever two-way NFL athlete, not only have you saved a roster spot, but you have also brought on board one of the most unique players the game has ever seen, almost guaranteed to etch his name into the NFL history books. All right, and if you did stay, we are basically going to be doing this after most of the episodes now on this channel, is where I'm going to just kind of give my opinion of reasons of just what we talked about in the video. So we're going to call it KRICH's Overtime, or maybe just Overtime. You guys let me know in the comment section if you are here. Comment Overtime so that way I know you made it to this part of the video. But basically right now, I mean, with Travis Hunter, I really do think that this kid is just generational talent. Like, what the Jacksonville Jaguars had to give up to go up and get this guy, yes, it was a good amount, but at the same time too, they knew they were going to use him on both sides of the ball. And yes, I do know that they say they're just going to use him on offense to start, but let's be real. If you give up that much, like I said in the video, you're going to use him on both sides of the ball. Eventually, it doesn't matter whether he's going to be starting out at receiver and then they maybe use him only on key third downs. That's really not, that's what they're going to have to kind of figure out as they kind of, I think it's going to be something that they learn throughout the season. But I mean, it's just going to be crazy to see him. And if the Jaguars are in Arizona when I'm here, or maybe I go to a Jacksonville Jaguars game, I want to see the kid in person play, because I think the kid is just insane. I watched him when he played at ASU, when ASU played Colorado, and it was crazy watching him play. Like, that dude is just a freak of nature watching him play both sides of the ball. But I mean, when he's 6'1", I mean, I'm looking at my notes right here too, just to talk about it. But I mean, the fact that he's going to be able to play both cornerback and wide receiver, two of the toughest positions to play in the NFL. And also, I mean, it's something that we haven't seen since Deion Sanders, who basically is his mentor. It's going to be something that I think can take a lot of pressure off of Trevor Lawrence this upcoming season. So that's the thing too, is I think a lot of people are forgetting that Trevor Lawrence, they just paid him a massive contract. And if he doesn't pan out, or at least show that step forward and get them into the playoffs and maybe even win a postseason game this year, they may start looking at taking a different quarterback in next year's draft or the draft after that, and trying to just get out of the Trevor Lawrence contract, because he just hasn't lived up to the hype so far at this point in his career. I mean, even in the playoff game that they did win against the Chargers, it was not good. I mean, he threw 5 interceptions. Yes, they won it, but I mean, it wasn't that great at all. So I think definitely taking the pressure off of Brian Thomas Jr., that's going to be a big factor too, especially the fact that, you know, just having Travis Hunter, if Travis Hunter does what Brian Thomas Jr. did last year, then having those two guys on this offense, defenses aren't going to know who to double team week in and week out. It's just going to be awesome to see both of them hopefully having great years this year. Now, some things that maybe, I mean, before we jump into maybe why the cons of why Travis Hunter may not have that great of a year, is I think, just like I was saying, he's an immediate fit with the Jaguars. Like, he's going to be able to be used in so many different packages on offense and defense, and is the main thing they need to worry about is Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to probably put out a video on the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence, but they need to make sure that he's good to go, he plays, and that he delivers on all the stuff that basically why they drafted him first overall 3 or 4 years ago. What was it, 3 years ago? No, 2025, 4 years ago, so 2021, right? I think. So now the cons, though, I think that's what we really need to talk about here, is because that's what's going to just kind of make or break Travis Hunter, and it's physicality and just durability. You know, if you're going to play that many snaps like he says he wants to, which I'm all for, you're definitely going to, the NFL is a step up from college. The guys are bigger, you're taking harder hits, you know. So I think that's going to be a big thing that they're going to have to figure out. He does have a little bit of injury history, so it's nothing crazy, but they're definitely going to have to make sure that he's not getting injured week in and week out, and that he can play on both sides of the ball. Or if they want to use him primarily as a receiver, that they can use him primarily as a receiver and then use him third downs only, something like that. I think that's what they're going to end up doing. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think they're going to start doing. If they're going to use him just on third downs, if he's going to be first down, second down, third down, if he's going to play corner, or if he's just going to play both sides of the ball the entire game. Let me know in the comment section. But I think what also is a big thing too, we only have a minute left on the clock, is I think that if he can I want him to play both ways, but I think if they can use him as third downs only and really let him just kind of refine as a wide receiver and really lock in with the offense and all just the skills he needs to learn as a wide receiver and really hone in on his route running, I think that's the way to do it. And again, if he turns out to be a bust on a wide receiver, just put him as a DB. And I mean, he's just going to be, I think, just as successful. So the dude is almost bust proof, because you can, if he doesn't pan out at wide receiver, put him at cornerback, or the other way around too, you know? So I think that's the thing too, is just kind of trying to make sure that he's refined in all the areas, whether if he's going to play wide receiver, really have him focus there and then use him sparingly on defense. But again, it's going to be awesome to see. He's a high ceiling player with a high upside. The clock's about to run out. I mean, really, they just need to manage the workload, and hopefully Trevor Lawrence is going to take that step forward. But again, that is the overtime period. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think they're going to do with Travis Hunter. Are they going to only use him as a cornerback, only use him as a wide receiver, full game? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. And if you did make it this far in the video, make sure that you comment overtime.